It is currently day 4 of Affliction League. I unfortunately had a couple day late start. One day. I started on the first day but only made it to level, I think it was level 10 or 12. And then I went to bed. Second day, Saturday, I made it all the way to the beginning of Act 6. Sunday, I finished Act 6 through 10 and started into white maps. It is Monday, and I am on white maps. I've made it all the way up to clearing a tier 7 map, and then I started back down for map completion. So I wanted to make this the first focused content video for this league, and this is just hints and tips I've picked up over leveling. First of all, ensure your resistances are capped. If you're taking 1,000 damage from a hit, regardless of what that hit is, say it's elemental damage, the difference between having 50% resistance and 75% resistance is immense. 1,000 damage, 50% resistance is 500. At 75% resistance, it's 250. That is a huge difference. Ensure your resistances are capped. If you got to spend some currency to do so, spend it. It's really important for your progression. Makes your character map much more smoothly and allows you to die a lot less, which means you're going to level faster and progress through content faster. Keep your weapon upgraded, especially if you're melee. So the tips that these tips are not specifically focused on melee, but I am playing a melee character this league, so that is somewhat important, at least to me. Next tip is what I am doing, something I'm doing wrong right now, but I have had trouble thinking, speaking, and running maps at the same time, so I'm sitting in my hideout right now. Do not sit in your hideout. Even if you're like, I'm not sure where to go next, just run a map. And then think about it while you run the map, because you aren't progressing if you're not running a map. I understand there's times where you have to sit back and think about something or consider something, but for the most part, if you're just like, oh, what should I do next? Just run a map while you consider what you're doing next. Read things carefully. That is probably my, I'm not saying it's a pitfall, but I think it's a pitfall for everyone. Like, I published the video the other night about the precinct problems, and that was an issue of reading. I didn't pay attention to what the mod said, and said all monsters are possessed, and as a result, the 5 bosses of precinct were all possessed, and I got obliterated. Next tip would be focus on content that your character is good at. I know for this character, I am not good at Blight. I'm not good at Blight. Therefore, I'm not going to run Blight. Next tip I have is spend currency. Like, especially if you're in Trade League. Even if you're not in Trade League, then you should definitely be spending currency, because that's the only purpose of it. But at least in Trade League, I tend to personally only buy uniques and bases. I don't buy too much else unless I feel like I really need to. I noticed this league my character was struggling, and I didn't realize I was down a bit of resistance, so I went and purchased a couple new rings. I have these 2 chaos resistant rings now. That's a bit of an upgrade for this character, and I definitely need some 5 and 6 links, but I'm waiting to buy a new base. I'm not quite ready yet. I've spent some chaos. I have 8 chaos and an exalted orb available to me right now, and I spent 1 chaos here, 19 here, that's 20 chaos, 3 here, that's 23 chaos, 1 here, 24 chaos, and this right here, 5 chaos. So I have spent a grand total of 29 chaos so far this league. And there's no point of gathering the currency and not spending it, so just be sure you're spending your currency. I think that'll be about it for this one. If you have comments, questions, or feedback, please comment. Thanks for watching.